Hey everyone, this is a short clip from a full episode with Kermiet, episode number 4. If you enjoyed this, be sure to check out the full episode link in the show notes. Thank you.
I think one of the YouTube videos I watched, one of your amazing shots that you did. So you shared on one of that videos that we need these 5 people to have a resistant-proof life. So if you could share some tips on that.
Yeah, absolutely. These are what I call your support squad. So a lot of people talk about your support network or, sometimes in leadership trainings, they're called the board of directors, whatever you choose. I call it the support squad. And I think this is really important that you choose specific roles for people to play. And those roles are you have a role model. So this is someone that you don't necessarily even have to know. It can be a celebrity. It could be somebody that you've just seen on YouTube or you listen to their podcast. Like for me, one of my role models is Mel Robbins. Like I love the work that she does. I love how she speaks. I really look to her to see what are ways that I can kind of model the actions that she takes. Not because I want to be her, but I admire some characteristics and qualities in her. I don't know Mel Robbins. She's not my friend. But I think it's important to have someone to look up to that has kind of walked the journey that you want to walk and is really an aspirational person, because that gives you inspiration. That gives you something to work towards. And I always talk about how important it is to be focused on your why and to align a lot of your decisions around your why. Your role model gives you that why, essentially, and what you're working towards. So it can be somebody that you know as well. And if that's the case, that's even better because then you can really tap into that person. But it also can just be somebody that you watch on YouTube, listen to their podcast, read their books, whatever. The next person that is probably pretty common, most of us have this type of person, is a mentor. So a mentor is similar to the role model in that they have been where you want to go. But what they're there to do is to help you along the way, to kind of be your guide, to show you what's possible and to share their lessons that they learned along the way so that hopefully you don't make those same mistakes and go through those same struggles. So a mentor is that's something we're pretty common. We know we're pretty familiar with that. The third person that I think is important is to have a coach. Now, this is the person who is probably going to give you a little tough love every once in a while because we all need it, whether we like it or not. And the coach is also somebody who's going to they're not going to tell you what to do. They're going to give you tools and strategies for you to figure out what's going to work for you. And this is how you build resilience, which is going to help you build your burnout-resistant life. The more coaches you have, the better, because your coach should be very specific on a specific skill or like a niche problem that you have. Your mentor's more broad scale. Your coach really hones in. So if you think about like sports, you have specific coaches that run specific drills. That's very similar to like life, what you need in a coach. Then you have your sponsor. This is probably the hardest person to find, if I'm being fully honest. And this is the person that is in rooms that you are not in that will bring up your name. So this is the person that they have connections, they have a strong network, they are going to open doors for you that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. And the reason why this is so important is because we can get so defeated the harder we work and if we're not seeing the results. And so to know that you have someone that has your back in rooms that you are not in yet, that's huge. That can be a huge confidence booster. Plus, they're so familiar with your talents, with your skills, your strengths, that they can stay in a room like, Sid's going to be the person for this. And I know this because X, Y, Z. That gives you so much power that you don't think you have, but because of that person that gives you access to that power, it can do wonders for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last person is a cheerleader. We all need someone. We need that hype person to, when we're feeling down, to pick us up. One of my really close friends, Brenna, she is my hype person. Like anytime I have something important, she's going to be the person that I call right before to like pump me up, get me ready, have me excited. And I've got several folks like that. And I think that that's the important piece too, is that it's not just 5 people. Like you can't, don't just fill those 5 roles and be like, well, I'm done. Like I've got my team. You want to have multiple people in each role. Now, I would say my recommendation is to avoid having one person serve multiple roles, only because I think it's more helpful if they can be targeted and specific about the support that they're providing you. But you can have multiple people serve in one role. So that way you have a really robust support squad. And it may depend on what season of life you're in, what you're going through burnout wise, or just in general in life. You may need more coaches at one time than you do cheerleaders. It may be, I really need a lot of sponsors right now because I'm in the middle of a job search. So that's where I'm going to focus my energy. And that's the beauty of having a support squad, is that start thinking about now, who would you put in your lineup essentially, so that you can call them in and be there for you in a way that is going to be very meaningful, very intentional, and help you. And also recognize that you're asking them for a favor. So figuring out how you can reciprocate that gift to them too. What role can you play for them?